Recording in progress.
We are now being joined by Saul Rogers. We'll begin with a few questions here in the room. Nolan?
Saul, congratulations on the win. 30-26 is across the board. How does that feel?
30-26?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I'm really happy with that. Really dominant performance to be able to control someone like Georgi and dominate him. He had his moments of success, but to be able to dominate him for the most part, I feel good, man. I feel amazing.
Anything surprise you? I mean, it sounds almost like you're almost surprised by your own performance a little bit.
You know what? I'm more surprised as I've had a lot of guys in them positions before when I'm constantly mat returning them and constantly hitting them with the ground and pound and breaking them down and usually they break. I was very surprised that he was in there for the long haul, you know. I think it might have been the start of the third. I was expecting him to kind of crumble and just let me put him away with the finish or maybe give me a choke, but I was very surprised that he didn't stop moving, and I knew he wanted to get up and go wild in the last 30 seconds, you know.
How'd you feel in there at the new weight class?
I feel brand new, honestly. Even this week, usually fight week comes and when I'm killing myself to 145, I don't want to do nothing. My team are like, come on, let's go and get a workout in. I'm lying on the bed and just to physically get up because I've been starving all week is an effort. This week, me and the boys, we've been out on the scooters. We've been all over, you know what I'm saying? I've had loads of energy. I've enjoyed fight week. I enjoyed the fight. I've literally, and this is the first time I've enjoyed the whole process. And I think that's due to kind of fighting heavier. And as you see, Georgi's moved up to 155. I moved up to 155, but I felt like I fell and looked a whole weight class bigger than the guy. So I feel like I was doing myself a disservice going to 145 thinking I was the biggest guy, but really, now I'm at 155. I feel like I'm bigger than most and stronger than most and faster than most, you know. I'm going to be dominant in this weight division.
And just judging from what you just said, I'm guessing you're going to stick around here.
100%. This is the new weight class now. I'm going to keep winning fights and work my way up.
Awesome. And I guess, what do you think's next for you after this one? That's obviously a very skilled veteran name, guy that's been around and fought a ton of tough dudes. So do you feel like you're in for a big matchup in the next one?
You know what? I'm looking at fighting anyone. I think there's been a pullout on the Bellator London card in 2 weeks. I'm going to kind of speak to my management when I get done here and see if that's a possibility. You know, I just want to be as active as I can now. And now I'm not killing myself getting to 145. It was like, I do a fight at 145 and then I need a month or two just to let my body recover and kind of let my weight kind of subside. Now at 155, I feel like I can go home, see the kids, see my girl for a little bit and back at it. Like I say, I want to get on that Bellator London. If not, I want to be on the Dublin card before the end of the year. But no doubt in my mind, I want another win before the end of 2021.
Over here, that was pretty much as close to a perfect performance as you can get with that little moment in the second round. I thought you were a little bit hurt, then I saw you flash a smile, so I was like, okay, he's okay. Well, he was still swinging. So how long were you actually rocked there before you realized that you were just all good?
You know what? You get hit and then your equilibrium's off a little bit and your balance is off. But down at Sanford MMA, I tell guys this all the time, sometimes before the sparring, every week. I don't even know where I should be telling these little tricks, but the boys have got a few little tricks that kind of replicate that situation. And honestly, every time I get rocked, the same in the virtual fight, it just feels like I've done it in the gym 1,010,000 times, kind of get my feet under me, dust myself off, have a little smile and go back again. But yeah, I was worried for a split second, but I don't make the same mistake twice, so I was good.
How much of that performance do you attribute to the new change of scenery over there at Sanford?
You know what? Pretty much all of it. I've got to give credit where credit's due, you know. And it's not only it's the whole lifestyle, you know. You're isolated away from your friends and your family and your loved ones. You're training at the best gym in the world, some of the best coaching staff in the world, the best training partners in the world. But then aside from that, they're looking after the nutrition aspect, they're looking after the conditioning aspect. It's a family, and I've said this 1,010,000 times. I've trained all over the world, all over America, Canada, the UK. I've never been to a gym of that size and magnitude and felt that family feel. Usually it's clicks here, clicks here, clicks here. If you're lucky enough to be taken in by Sanford MMA and you gel well with the team, you're a part of a family.
And the one thing I've noticed throughout all of MMA is dominating grapplers who hold their opponents down and just look great. They usually get booed. So when you were getting booed there, is that kind of motivation and reassurance that you are doing right and dominating that fight?
Do you know what? I was really surprised while I got booed, because if you look at them shots I'm throwing, these are not pitter patter ground and pound. You know, I'm cocking that arm back and I'm trying to put everything through them shots, and I'm dominating a guy of that magnitude. So how can you boo that? I don't know if they're kind of booing me for being so dominant, or they're booing him for not being able to do anything with what I'm doing. Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, like I that doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. I thought that was a perfect performance from me, 100%, and I'd do it all again tomorrow.
All right, we'll take a few more questions here from the media joining us virtually tonight. Max?
Hi, it's Max from Vendetta Sports Media representing here. We often talk about the impact that fans have on events like this. When you was getting booed, did it kind of make you feel like you needed to step back and change your approach, or was you completely unfazed?
Unfazed, not in the slightest, because before the fight, the referee comes in, he gives us all our rules, and he's like, if he wants action from him, he's like, if I want action from you or you're not working, I'm going to tell you, give me some action. You go back and watch that fight. That referee never said anything about action, not once to me in that fight. He knows I was always working. He knows I'm always trying to land them clean shots, and I was dominating the guy. So the crowd are entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? They're not experts by any means, but I'm the one in there. I felt it in there, and yeah, I felt like that was a dominant class performance, and shouldn't have been booed.
Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chris?
Saul, congratulations, big win. You've been through a lot in your entire career, whether it's been weight issues, visa issues, everything seems you can't catch a break. How big was this win for you just mentally with everything you've gone through? You now have, that big win, that, momentum seems to be now on your side. How nice was this for you after everything you've been through? Like, okay, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
You know what? Words can't describe what that performance meant to me then, and what that win meant for me. I didn't put any pressure on myself coming into this fight, but at the same time, that was the most pressure I've ever felt in a fight in a weird way. Not that I carried it into the fight, but like I say, I've had all the ups and downs throughout my career, and I changed my approach to this fight. There couldn't have been anything I did different in preparation to this fight. So it was more of a pressure aspect of, if that didn't go my way, I'm like, what can I do? Kind of work, not as where can I go from here, but what else can I change? Because I literally changed the environment. I've isolated myself and trained with the best team, best training partners, best coaches, best mind coach, best physios. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing else I could have changed to better my preparation for that fight. So that's why I carried so much pressure kind of going into it, but it paid off. 30-26. Come on, that is a domination against a tough veteran who's been around a long time.
Great win, Saul. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One or two more here. Luis?
Hi, Saul. Congratulations for your win.
Thank you.
In your first fight at this new Bellator weight division, how positive do you feel about your future path in this division?
You know what? I feel 100% positive that I'm going to make waves in this lightweight division now, and I feel like that was my first fight to what I want, to my end goal, which is become the lightweight world champ. I know I've got a long way to go, but that's kind of dipped my toe into the water, let all the other guys know that I'm not a joke. I'm here to stay, and I'm going to start dominating guys one by one.
Ronald?
This is Ronald E. Smith from Getting Real. Congratulations on your win, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you.
And I just want to go back to what you said about all the sacrifice that you've been through and how much pressure you put on yourself in this fight. But I also want to touch upon what you posted on Instagram on how much fighting has meant for you and how it's taking you in places that you never thought you would ever go to. Just talking about that and about the pressure you put yourself, what does fighting mean to you for all the sacrifices in the road that you have been on to get here in this moment?
You know what? I feel like I've been a fighter long before I ever stepped foot in the cage. You know, I've faced so much trials and tribulations outside of the cage that this is just another aspect of how I fight. Like the guy said before, I've had so many ups and downs in the fight career, so many ups and downs through my life, but I live for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it means everything to me. So every time I've been up way more times than I've been down. So like I said, my last performance before this one was terrible, and a lot of guys can kind of sit and dwell on that, or you can do something about it. I took action. I changed my whole approach, and and I'm back here again. I'll keep fighting until I take my last breath on this earth. 100%.
All right. Thanks for the time, Saul. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.